So this is Avi.
Yeah, so around the world, there's plenty of governments and private health kind of companies that are working on antiviral medications, and there are vaccine trials going on. So right now there is.
So let me stop it. This is Avi Schiefman. He's 17 years old. He has been programming for a decade. So since he's 7 years old, this kid has been programming, and he's responsible for a website, and he's trying to make it more positive. So now he's tracking vaccines. How wonderful. This is could be the next Jonas Salk, the man of our tribe that actually developed the vaccine for polio. So this guy is, so I'm going to show you his website. This is the website he's developed, which could explain why he has such a odd taste of music. But besides that, you have the statistics here. You have total cases, total deaths, total recovered, and you have it broken down by countries. And I have to say that statistics somehow, the term comes to mind from the time I studied social science, specifically psychology, is the friendly figures. When you have numbers, you're able to capture things. And a lot of people are arguing whether the numbers are actually significant because, like let's say you take Italy. Okay, so you've got 59,138, 5,476. But if we look at how many Italians, let's see. Okay, I'm going to Google Italian population. So what we need in this website is also percentage. So we have 60 million Italians. So I'm going to give you an exercise. So there are 60 million Italians, out of which 5,000 have been affected. So which percentage is that? Do this. 60 million, 100%. 5,476. How much percent? What percent is it? So, wow, 5,000 sounds like a lot. So I live in Israel, right? Can you hear it from my voice? I live in Israel. I'm very loud. So I have 1,238 people. Okay, and Italy has 50,000. All right. So how many people in Israel? There are 8 million people. So if we look at 1,000, if we look at this number compared to 8 million, then you might see that it's actually more worrisome. But if you look at Switzerland, which is way up there in the tablet where my darling son lives, we have 7,000 cases, right? 6 times as many, and there have been 98 fatalities. But these tablets don't give you all the information. For instance, the percentage of elderly people. So let me do percent of elderly population because we know coronavirus. So let's compare Israel versus Switzerland. All right. So I can already tell you the result, but just to give you the suspense. And okay. So how many? Okay. So Israel, 4% of the Arab. Okay. So if you look at the Arab population in Israel, they're actually, because they have a lot of children. Okay, so they only have 4% elderly, which accounts for the fact that we have in Gaza only 2 cases, perhaps, or in the Arab territories we have much less corona. So Israel has 8.46 million, of whom only 11% are elderly. Okay? Elderly Arabs, Muslims are 8% of the elderly population, relatively young. Only 4% are elderly. So before we look at why is God being so kind to Israel, let's look at this. We only have, all right, we don't have a lot of elderly people. Okay, let's look at elderly, because this is more interesting for me. Population, as we know, I hope you know it by now. Bear with me. Europe European people do not tend to. All right. Population of Switzerland is aging. Over the past century, the proportion of people under the age of 20 has decreased from 40% to 20%. The proportion of people over 65 went to 17.8. All right. So let's look at this. We even have the Swiss are good in numbers, right? We've got here the aging population is increasing. All right. You see? Aging is increasing due to a long. All right. And fertility is going down. You see? You see this tablet? As the fertility rate, you see in Africa, it's quite high. Where you have a lot of kids, Middle East is in the middle. Switzerland has a very low fertility and it has a high aging as the life increasing, right? Age, you see, you see, you see. Look at China. So this is important to look at. Switzerland has a lot, you see, Switzerland has a lot of elderly people, right? So let me see whether it's written elder population in Switzerland. Let's look. So it's no wonder there's so many deaths. It doesn't have to do necessarily with how it's contagious without knowing, without saying. So you've got 8 million. This is like Israel. And you've got, let's see, let's look at it. The fertility is 1.5, right? Life expectancy is quite high. Actually, it's very similar to Israel, even though we have wars and terror. Okay, so population density doesn't interest us. So we have elderly people, right? Let's see how many elderly people there are. Do they give you the statistics? Just a minute. I'm trying to go up. So I'm not interested in infant mortality. I'm looking at life expectancy is very high. That means we're going to have median age. Should we look at median age? Right. Median age. Population of Switzerland, 2020. So, folks, when we look at the 8 million, right? All right, we have 8,637,124. Right. Population is okay. I am not interested. Median age is 43.1. Right. So fertility is 1.5, median age 43. So you have to look, I don't see the percent of elderly people, but you can figure it out. You can see also trends, it's changing. The age, look, the median age is going up, 43. All right? All right? All right? So, and let's look at the coronavirus. So when you look at the countries, you need to look at how many elderly people reside in the country. And look, so many were recovering, by the way. And it has to do with how many elderly people live. So let's look at Israel. Israel, elderly, median age, right? Let's look at median age. What is the average age in Israel? Now, since I happen to have known, it's 30.2. The median age divides population to equal groups, people that are younger and older. So I want to look though in 2020 because as you can see, it really changes a lot. There are many more elderly people in all over the world. So 3.5 and It goes up very gradually. But when we look at the Israeli population compared to the Swiss, let's retrieve it. We have the same number on a much smaller place, which explains why we're all very. So, the median age is 30.5. The median age in Switzerland, see, we have fertility rate 3. It's more than twice of the fertility rate of Switzerland, which means that we have less elderly people, which explains the coronavirus is not going to hit us as hard as places. Okay, let's look at Italy. Italy, right? Before you panic, people. We're all going to die. First look. All right. And let's look. All right. Okay. So you can see, let's look at the statistics by countries. It goes from younger to older. Where are the oldest people in the world, people? Let's look. That means it doesn't have to do with life expectancy. It has to do with fertility. I'm a little bit worried. Don't know. I don't know. Oh, they do it by ABC. Oh, come on, people. So let's look at Switzerland. All right. 42.2. Right. And wait. Was that Konova? Wait. Sorry, I got lost a bit. Israel, right? About 30 years old. Italy, 45 people. That's the average age in Switzerland. In Italy, 45. Let's look at Switzerland again. So I'm concerned with my lovely son who's living there at the moment. It's 42. 45. A difference. And I'm not sure it's up to date. I think it's older, actually. Israel, 30. So this is going to account for partly. India, 28. People, you can't fight with the friendly figures. So look at France, 41. Let's look at Spain, that is hit hard by coronavirus. Of course, there are other factors. Elderly people will get more diseases because human body, 42. Okay, folks, there you have it. This is the explanation for coronavirus. You don't have to shut down people. Elderly people will get it more. And need I do elder? Okay, age and disease. All right. So we have a few factors in coronavirus. One is the average age. All right. You have a lot age associating disease. All right. So look, human beings are mechanism that will break down unless you exercise, eat right. Even then, you will tend to have more diseases the older you get. Things, the heart is a pump. The pump, like every machine with wear and tear, it is not as efficient as the heart of a baby. I'm talking about healthy populations. So you can see China, I didn't look at the elderly people there. They only have one child policy. I'll give you homework. Look up the Chinese. What is their aging population, elderly population? Shall I do it for you? No, you do it. I'll be a good teacher. Look up what is the median age in each country and see the correlation. In countries where people have less children, which is Europe, look, Iran is an exception. Let's look at Iran because I am interested in Iran, it being the country that wants to destroy us. Question is, can you rely on statistics from countries? 31. Okay, there goes my theory. Not only age, but since I'm still not sure that there isn't some sort of biological weapon involved, I'm wondering why Iran has been hit so hard. Okay, well, as long as people don't fight each other. So at the moment, looking at this is like the Eurovision. Israel is somewhere. Turkey's doing better. Japan is doing better. All these countries are doing better. But we are better than Canada. We're better than Brazil. Has been up. And Australia, sadly, a lot of cases. And look at these countries and look at the average age. If you're an elderly person, do try to stay indoors and get your kids to do your shopping. If you're like me and your kids might, you, yeah, it's difficult to get them to do shopping, it's still possible. Don't give up and be healthy. And I'll be producing more entertaining videos. You can subscribe to my channel, Corona. At the moment, it's Corona Corner, Corner, Corona Corner, some sort of game, but it's Siegel Livingston. Please subscribe to my channel for interesting videos. Some of them are humorous or attempts to be humorous, and peace, light, and love. And we believe in music and humor. Bye.